Bhakta-vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So, we are reading from the 15th chapter of Teachings of Lord Chaitanya. And yesterday, we were reading how Mahaprabhu is explaining the Atmaram verse from Srimad Bhagavatam. He has taken every word individually, and now he is explaining every word individually. So Kurvanti. Now this is the seventh word in the verse, Kurvanti. The word Kurvanti means working for others. There is another word similar to this, which is used when one's activities are done for one's personal sense gratification. Similar word is there, which means working for one's own self, for sense gratification. And this word kurvanti means working for others. But the word kurvanti is used when the activities are performed for the satisfaction of the Supreme Lord. Thus, in this verse, the word can only indicate the rendering of transcendental service to the Lord. What Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is explaining here is there is another word which is similar to Kurvanti that means working for oneself. That means somebody doing some activities for personal sense gratification. Somebody laboring very hard so that they can get good promotion, and with that with the increase in the salary, they can use it for watching movies in gold class, buying gold class tickets, or making a big house where they'll have a home theater in their house. That is working for oneself, for personal sense gratification. That laboring was not because I want to use that money for Vaishnav Seva, but that laboring was now I want to work more so that I earn more, so that I can do more sense gratification. But this word, Kurvanti, in this Atmaram verse, Mahaprabhu is clearly saying that Kurvanti means working for others, but Kurvanti specifically means working for the satisfaction or performing activities for the satisfaction of the Supreme Lord. What are such activities called? Devotional service. That is transcendental service to the Lord. So in this word, in this verse, this particular word can only have this particular meaning, which indicates the rendering of transcendental service to the Lord. Then the eighth word, the word hetu, means reason or cause. Generally, people are engaged in transcendental activities for three reasons. That means people come into devotional service, they want to do this bhakti yoga for three reasons. Mahaprabhu is giving these three reasons. First is some people come into bhakti yoga because they want some material happiness or some material gain, material happiness basically. Um, so people may have heard that okay, if you do this Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, all your pap will get nullified. So pap nullified is equal to more sense gratification. No pap means more happiness. So that is some kind of material happiness, material intentions, ulterior motives. So first is that. Second is some want mystic perfection. Okay, some may not be interested in this so-called uh, material happiness, but a subtle level of material happiness. What is that? Mystic perfection. Somebody wants to become taller than the tallest, or smaller than the smallest, or somebody wants to read other people's mind, or some people want to show some magic and say that I am God from the mouth. In the south, recently, not very recently, but there is one Baba, there was one Baba who would say that, okay, take my vibhuti and whatever problems you have, whatever diseases you have, everything will get cured. Or he would take out shivalingas from his mouth. He would drink lot of water, and then suddenly a shivalinga would come out of his mouth. So all this is nothing but all this is gimmicks, magic shows, mystic. He may not be a mystic, perfected mystic, But this is all magic shows, which even PC Sarkar would do such magics. So PC Sarkar and this person belong to the same family. Today I have a bad network. My Wi-Fi is giving some issues. Okay, so such people who want mystic perfections, and some want liberation from material bondage. Moksha, what is one, for one kind of moksha is what, that okay, in this material world there is lot of suffering and entanglement, and therefore because of all this entanglements all the sufferings are coming, therefore we want to become free of this material entanglement. That means that is even more subtler level of happiness, material desire. So all these are material desires only. Some want material happiness. So in terms of material things, they want happiness, better house, better family, better job, better living conditions, better health. So all that material happiness, more fame, more name, more respect, etc., etc. Some want mystic perfection, a little subtle level of material happiness, that now if I do mystic perfection, then people will look at me with awe and veneration. They will think that wow, this person is uh, some demigod or some powerful person. And then some want liberation from material bondage, that okay, we don't want to be in this sukha, in this dukhalaya, and this sometimes happiness, sometimes sadness, sufferings, and all these things. We want moksha from all this material distress. So all these three are actually um, material level only. So generally people are engaged in the transcendental activities for these three reasons. As far as material enjoyment is concerned, there are so many varieties that no one can enumerate them. In the material world, you you name it and it is there, the material happiness or ways to enjoy materially. So many varieties. As far as perfections and mystic power are concerned, there are 18 mystic powers. And as far as types of liberation from the material bondage are concerned, there are five such types. Five types is that some people, they want to go to the same planet as as Lord Vishnu. Some people, they want the same opulence as Lord Vishnu. Some people, they want to be close to Lord Vishnu, so maybe some as some relative or as some friend. Then some people want to look the same as Lord Vishnu. So like that, there are five types of liberation: sarupya, samipya, such kind. So five such kinds, and 18 kinds of mystic powers. And as far as the so-called material enjoyment is concerned, there are innumerable, because Maya Devi has been given that task of keeping everybody engaged, everybody entangled in her material enjoyment. And then suddenly, when people are all deep diving into material enjoyment, then suddenly Maya they will come and give one tight slap, and that slap will be like, oh, what happened? So that is material enjoyment. The state of being where all these varieties of enjoyment are conspicuous by their absence is called ahaituki. So, this is the next level. The state of being where all these varieties of enjoyment mentioned above, mystic yoga, mystic power, free from material bondage, those five types of liberations, and material enjoyment. Somebody who is free from all these varieties of enjoyment, somebody who is not interested in any of these kinds of enjoyment, they are not affected by their absence, whether you get it, whether you don't get it. It is not that when you get it, hurry, 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 keep it away, keep it away. Not like that. If Krishna is giving, use it in Krishna's service. If it is not coming, don't care. So they are conspicuous by their absence, is called ahaituki. Ahaituki qualification is especially mentioned by the ahaituki service of the Lord. One can achieve the favor of the Lord. Ahaituki means unconditional. These conditions don't apply. I am doing bhakti not to gain or get anything. I am doing bhakti in order to do bhakti. I am doing transcendental loving service unto the Lord in order to do more transcendental service unto the Lord, not because I want to get some satisfaction. Yesterday in the Bengali class, we were having the similar discussion. Many times we think that I don't feel like chanting today. Chalo, theek hai. I don't feel like chanting, so kal karenge. Then tomorrow suddenly I am in a good mood and I suddenly want to chant. So I start chanting and then I'm chanting 2 rounds, 3 rounds, maybe 16 rounds also. Again, third day, today I'm very tired. Bhul gaya chanting ko. That is sense gratification. We are chanting because we are enjoying, and we are not chanting because we are not enjoying. So that is conditional. But service to the Lord, transcendental service to the Lord, has to be ahaituki, unconditional. Whether I enjoy it or not, I want to do this because this is pleasing to my spiritual master. My spiritual master is the bona fide representative, the bona fide manifestation of the Supreme Lord Krishna. If my spiritual master is happy, Krishna will be happy. Therefore, I am doing this. I may not be having any interest, any ruchi. That's okay. Therefore, I have to pray, Krishna, I'm trying, but I'm not getting any taste. Please, please have mercy on me. And we have to try. When we are chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. Every word that is coming out, every syllable coming out of my mouth should be completely, I should be, I should try to listen to only that syllable, not think, visualize, imagine, make up some picture in my mind that Radha and Krishna is standing. I am at the lotus feet of Radha, Rani, and Krishna. No need to do all these nonsense. Srila Prabhupada has very clearly said that you are not supposed to visualize anything, think anything, nothing. Just keep your ears to the syllable that you are saying. That is uh, focused chanting. That is chanting with attention. And that will bring us to the platform of Shuddha Naam. When one is on the platform of Shuddha Naam, everything becomes purified. So therefore, the Ahaituki qualification is especially mentioned because by the Ahaituki service of the Lord, one can achieve the favor of the Lord. So if one wants the favor of the Lord, they must serve the Lord by Ahaituki service. The word bhakti can be used in 10 different ways. Hari bol. One of these is sadhan bhakti or occupational devotional service. The other 9 are varieties of prema bhakti. One is sadhan bhakti, rest 9 are the different types of prema bhakti. We hear that the 9 stages of bhakti. In bhakti, it starts with Adav Shraddha, there is Shraddha, then there is Sadhu Sangha. When there is Shraddha, when you have faith, then you come in association of devotees. You want to hear from them more about Krishna. Okay, let me hear from them. So Sadhu Sangha. When Sadhu Sangha happens, when you hear more about Krishna, you understand that Acha, Krishna is saying Tad Vidhi Pranipatena Pariprashnena Sevaya. That means Krishna wants us to accept a bona fide spiritual master in the bona fide parampara. Okay, so therefore I will accept a bona fide master, spiritual master. So what happens? Bhajan Kriya starts. Then we start chanting. Then we start honoring prasad. I will not eat anything that is not prasad. Therefore, I will not eat food cooked by people who are not chanting. I will not eat food that is cooked by materialistic mind conscious people, because consciousness is transferred by the cooking. So বিষয়ের অন্ন খাইলে মলিন হবে মন. So if somebody is cooking with materialistic thought process, because they are not in devotional service, they are not bad people, but they have still not come into Krishna consciousness. Therefore, their mind or their thoughts will obviously be like materialistic persons, or we can also say that like us few years back. We were also in that same, I was also in that same. If I see 13 years back, 14 years back, I was also in that same situation. So I will not eat food that is cooked by non-devotees. I will honor only prasad. And then all these devotional services will start. So bhajan kriya will start. When bhajan kriya starts, then what happened? When we accept the spiritual master, anartha nivriti starts. So whatever anarthas we have, because of which we are suffering in this material world, all those anarthas will get nullified. When the anarthas start coming down, when we first start chanting the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, we will start noticing that, Arey, I have so many anarthas. Before that, I never noticed. I think before this, I never had these anarthas. But I think now, because I'm chanting the Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, I think I am developing all this. No, I always had them. But because I'm chanting, therefore the churning has started inside me. Therefore, now I can see my own fault. Previously, I was only looking at others' faults and I was thinking I am like Tulsi Maharani, pure and perfect. But now suddenly I started seeing my own faults. So Anartha Nivriti is happening. When Anartha Nivriti happens, what happens? Then Nishtha. Nishtha comes. Nishtha means absorption, or we can say conviction that no matter what, I have understood that this is my goal, this is my life and soul. I'm not going to leave this for anything or for anyone. This path of Krishna consciousness. Krishna is everything for me. My spiritual master is everything for me. They are my ever well wisher. All these years I have wasted my life. I could not understand, but now no more wasting my life. So there is Nishtha. After Nishtha, there will be, who can tell me what is there after Nishtha? Let us see. I have given these points previously also. Everyone, are you all sleeping? Mohan, Nandini Priya, Anubhav, Prabhu, Iman Mataji, Kuheli. Okay, Mohan. What is there after Nishtha?
Nishtha, then
One only, the next one.
Bhava.
No, Bhav is after few more steps. What is there after?
Oh, name.
Okay, Anubhav Prabhu.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pradam.
Dandavat
I
Prabhu.
think Ruchi.
Yes. Nishtha, after Nishtha is Ruchi. Very good. Der ay durust hai. So after Nishtha is Ruchi. Ruchi means taste or attachment. You get, that is when we want to jump to taste that, Arey, I'm not getting taste in chanting. Arey, I'm not getting any taste in devotional service. I don't like to do all these things. Arey. But this, see where Ruchi is coming. What is after how many stages we go to Ruchi? Attachment or taste. It comes after Nishtha. So Ruchi. When Ruchi is there, then Asakti, that is intense attachment. Ruchi is taste, you develop some attachment, you develop a taste. Whatever you do is with absorption. You are cooking. You cannot think of anything else. You cannot hear anything else. There may be trumpets playing next to your ear, but you are so absorbed in cooking for Krishna. When you are chanting, you are so absorbed in chanting for Krishna that nothing impacts you. When you are making a garland, you are so absorbed thinking, how will Krishna look when I put it, when Krishna wears this garland? Which flower should I put here? Will it hurt Krishna in the neck? It should not itch. It should not be itchy. Sometimes certain flowers may cause some irritation. That kind of attachment, that kind of absorption. So Ruchi, then Asakti. Asakti is attachment, intense attachment. Then after Asakti comes Bhav. Bhav is the stage which we already read in previous chapters. And then comes Prema Bhakti. That Prema Bhakti has 9 varieties. And sadhan bhakti is what we are doing. That Guru Maharaj has told us to chant, therefore we are chanting. Guru Maharaj has asked us to do Mangal Arati, therefore we are doing Mangal Arati, Narsimha Arati, Tulsi Arati. And by doing these things, we are getting Anartha Nivriti. We are on the stage of Anartha Nivritis. Our anarthas are going to get purified. When our anarthas get purified, when we chant nicely, the more better chanting we do, the more absorbed chanting we try to do, the quicker our Anartha Nivriti will be. And quickly we will jump to Nishtha. From Nishtha to Bhav, it is very easy. And it is very quick also. But this Anartha Nivri, until Anartha Nivriti to Nishtha takes little time. Depends on how we do our services, with what mood we do our services. So some people can quickly jump to the next stage. Some people will take time depending on our own uh, intensity, our desire. Therefore, our desire has to be proper. Our desire should not be, if we are not aware what desires we should have, then our direction is also no goal, nothing. कभी यहाँ कभी वहाँ कभी कहीं किसी ने कुछ बोला, okay, that person said that, oh, we should go to Vrindavan and do this thing, then only we will get Krishna prem. अरे these ISKCON people, they are doing 4 regulative principles, 16 rounds, थोड़ी ना ये लोग जाने वाले हैं. हमें वृंदावन जाना पड़ेगा and we have to go to that particular Babaji for Krishna prem. No, Srila Prabhupada has given us the perfect thing. If somebody does this with complete conviction and sincerity, Krishna prem will come running to that devotee. Those who are situated in the neutral position attain perfection up to love of Godhead. Neutral means Shantarati. Those devotees who are in Shantarati, they will attain perfection up to love of Godhead. Similarly, those who are situated in the relationship of master and servant attain love of Godhead to the stage of attachment. That is Dasyarati. Those who are related in friendship, Sakhyarati, they attain love of Godhead to the point of fraternity, Sakhyaras. They are already related in friendship with the Lord, with Krishna. Therefore, they will attain Krishna prem up to the point of Sakhyaras. Those who are in love with God as his parents, some people have this mood that Gopal is my son. I want to serve Gopal like that. When they are putting the earrings, we are very careful that the deity should not get hurt. So if some people have that mood that we are serving the Lord in the mood of as our son, it's not a false show. Okay, it's not something that I'm trying to think. So for some people it may be natural. There are the 4 paramparas and the Rudra Sampradaya, which is Vallabhacharya Sampradaya, or it is also called Pushti Marg. And this Sampradaya is very prevalent in the west of India. So there the mood is they serve Gopalji, Thakurji in the form of Gopal, Bal Swarup of the Supreme Lord, and they serve Krishna in that mood, that Krishna is a small child and they are serving in the mood of Vatsalya Bhav. For them, what will happen? They are elevated to the point of transcendental emotion of the Vatsalya Bhav. Suddenly Vatsalya Bhav will not become Sakhyarati, Sakhyaras, or suddenly Vatsalya Bhav will not become Madhurya Bhav. Today I love Krishna like my son, tomorrow I am Krishna's wife or beloved. That doesn't happen. Therefore, we should not artificially try to create a relationship because we are not aware of our Swarup. Therefore, we should simply follow the instructions of the spiritual master and serve the Supreme Lord as the Supreme Lord. The natural feeling, the natural attachment will come naturally. That is why it is called natural. But only those who are related with the Supreme Lord in conjugal love can experience the highest of ecstasies. These are some of the different meanings for the word bhakti. So we'll pause here for today. And Krishna willing, we'll continue reading tomorrow again. So thank you very much, dear devotees, for your kind association. वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपासिन्धुभ्यैव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। शिला जय पताका स्वामी गुरु महाराज की जय। जगत गुरु श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। निताई गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल।
हरी हरी
हरि
बोल।
हरि
बोल श्यामा करुणामयी माता जी की जय।
जय।
निताई गौर. All glories to Sri Guru and Gauranga. I'm very happy to see Lakshata Mataji with her kids around. Hari
Hello,
Bol.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, thank you.
He also wants to say Hare Krishna
Oh
very
yes,
loudly.
sure, sure.
He loves when Mohan says Hari Hari Bol. So usually he's in school, but only when attend the class on weekend, he's around. Then he loves his voice.
We, if they want, they can connect with Mohan sometimes, and if they want to connect with Mohan.
Yes. This week and next week they have their exams.
Oh, okay.
So maybe in vacation I'll do
Sure,
that.
sure, sure.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna. Hare Krishna. I'll tell Mohan about it. Hare Krishna.